3 champions. So you either have to improvise here or you have to play custom games. And I wonder how good these guys will be prepared.
There we go, everybody. Second match in the TP League Finals. Focus already losing a match against Kaho. So who gets the better start into the biggest tournament of Warcraft 3? We do have close positions as Fly is starting at the 12 o'clock and Sock on the right-hand side. What does that mean for our match, Remo?
I think Sock should be fine with this. He probably would have still preferred cross-spawn, where, you know, the opponent's even further away. But the important thing is that Fly isn't spawning in the south, where then his altar would be close to the enemy expansion. Here, Sock can still go for a fast expo play, which I would expect. But you mentioned the first hero. It doesn't have to be Archmage, but it is AM here. AM versus Farseer, battle of wits between the intelligence heroes.
Absolute classic Water Elemental versus Wolves. Farseer very good to harass. He will scout the location. Damn, I wish we could just restart the game. This is not the way I wanted it to have. And for Sock, we see 3 farms already, so an expansion is just logical.
And he sees the peon here pretty early. All right. How stressed is Sock now? He doesn't know where the peon came from. Did he come from the south? Did he come from the north? Sock knows it's not going to be cross-spawn. But where exactly is this peon from? Footy gonna be on the chase as well? It's a nice thing here on this map, as on many others. The first expansion, creep is pretty easy. You don't need the footy, so the footy can be on scouting duty.
There we go. Man, I would love to have a rematch between the two with this epic battle from like 6 weeks ago. Level 9 heroes, please gimme! Shows that they can operate on a very similar level. And here we go. Expansion it is. Farseer moves across. No items for him just yet, but of course on this map we also have the specialty of a heal fountain in the middle, so maybe heal selves not as necessary as it is. And Fly, you gotta choose. Do you want to creep check or want to attack the main right away?
Looks like he is deciding on the main base. Wolves in the main, harassing right away. Militia will be needed, and that makes expanding already a little bit more difficult. Oh, hasn't pulled back a little bit late here. Sock loses the first militia a little bit more easily than perhaps was necessary. Oh, this is a nice play with the grunt. Farseer distracting in the main base. Might be getting surrounded almost, but not quite. Farseer gets out and the grunt can run rampant against these peasants. Looking like quite the good start for Fly already.
Right on. Half a disaster here. Peasants are falling. Expo not building. He was a little short on lumber. Maybe due to that Farseer harass. Razor sharp timings, of course, in Pro Warcraft with all these builds, but if you don't get the resource income, that screws with all your timings. Now Sock is blocking himself. What is he doing with these peasants? It looks like headless chicken, but wolves getting all of them.
And it's nighttime now, the creeps are asleep, and the Farseer can just heal for free in the middle. This is looking like an amazing start indeed for Fly. But Sock will be getting the expansion. Finally being set up. But lose another peasant. And again, slow reaction with the peasants. Didn't move that one as quickly as he could have. And Fly indeed with a good start, and Sock looking just a tad slop.
Yeah, it feels like our prediction was quite alright going into this match, that Sock might have the worst shape of all these, Focus, Kaho and himself, and Fly, if he's prepared, he's scary, and that Farseer harass was scary indeed. Little bit of skirmish at the fountain, so creeps woken up, no more healing for free, but the peasant harass just continues.
Nice little block there, trying to save the peasants in the back, but still 2 more will be falling. Oh my god, he's level 2!
Wow.
Only from peasants.
Yep.
That's 8 peasants.
Correct.
Oh my god.
And he walks it off, blocks with the grunt, doesn't even need the TP. It's still nighttime. The footy, he has to attack the creeps now and wake them up and hope they stay awake. Oh, that's risky. Oh, he gets the free healing for real. Wow, tremendous 5 minutes for Fly.
Yeah, it's like the perfect early game for Fly. TC is coming, double bestiary, we're gonna get a lot of raiders, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Wolves still in the main base, almost getting another peasant. The expansion is only finishing now. Sock's lumber is so low, cannot at all consider a tech just yet. This is a rough game.
Of course, the later the game goes, the better it usually is for the human as their strong tier 2 and tier 3 unfolds. But man, this is not great. This is very, very, very hard to deal with. Sock needs amazing recovery, and maybe it all starts here with the grunt surround.
Alright, finally gets something, but the AM is also going to take some damage here. Oh, recloses the surround. That's pretty cool. Denied it with the tower, though. Sock, that was also pretty unnecessary.
Freaking such a sweet chunk of XP.
Not just his day so far.
Nope. Needs a little wake-up call. Maybe an extra coffee in between the matches. Still no arcane in the main. Still no tech at the 6-minute mark. At least the expo is running, but the SimCity is not existent yet. Free reign over the peasants once again. And you know what they say, Mr. Remo Demo, whoever creeps the middle wins the match.
It's so good to do for ORC here. The grunts easily heal in the middle. The normal damage from them and the wolves, of course, excellent. And 2 consumables about to be picked up. One big issue for the fast expanding player on this map is normally always creeping to level 3 is really tough. Expanding easy, level 2 is easy, but how do you move on to level 3? Sock isn't even attempting it at the moment. He's going for a counterattack instead with his footies heading towards the orc base.
Alrighty, and there's no reinforced defenses or anything, no spikes yet updated for Fly. Could TP, he wants these consumables. First big mana is amazing. Mana Stone on top! Lots to work with now for Fly, but first you gotta defend.
One burrow here might be going down. AM though instantly ensnared and surrounded. He's gonna have to TP out very soon. He got the burrow. That's a supply block. That's actually a neat move. That slows down the raider timing, that slows down the 50 supply by quite a lot. Forced the TP as well. And buy Sock some time, who finally started his tier 2.
That's amazing. Also Fly, prior to the first raider attack against one of the bases, upgrading pillage. I feel like we've been yelling at orcs for half a decade to please upgrade pillage in time, and now in 2024 they actually do.
Yep, he's got it ready now and can play a very strong map control game here. Right now, Fly is way stronger, of course. He's got the 2 heroes, he's got decent levels, he's got a bunch of raiders with lots of ensnares. AM out on the map without a TP. This is really scary. I think he has to run to the shop to get like a TP or a telestaff or something.
Oh, it's so far away though. He's healing in the middle, but yeah, more and more footmen getting killed. Archmage healthy again, but you know it. Under the net, under the ground is usually what it is. And man, every footman is getting caught here. More blocks, more ensnares, more murder.
Yeah, absolute slaughter. And this is, of course, what this timing does for you. AM heading north. This is kind of a nice play. Sock is expecting a counter expansion to be coming up, but surprisingly, there is no such attempt. Lumber, perhaps a little bit too low just yet for Fly. Could still go for one later, but not at the moment. Towers in the main base for Sock, by the way, a little bit late, and the one is way too far up front, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not protected at all. Shockwave, we are just waiting for the chain lightning. Maybe wolves are still hungry, more and more workers. This is peasant number 12, and this counter knows no limit. Rough attack! Another shockwave. TC is doing fine with the potions, of course. And this economy is more than wrecked.
Yeah, this game might just be over. One more shockwave, yep. And it's GG.
Jesus. Fly! With a great performance. Hard countering everything Sock did. A little bit of sloppy play there, a little bit of invitations by Sock towards Fly. But I don't want to take anything away from the orc here. That was excellent pressure, excellent execution. Every single opportunity that was given to him was seized as well. And Sock has a horrible start into this tournament.
Yeah, really well played by Fly here. Coming in and surprising some of us, but to be honest, there's no way you should ever lose 8 peasants in the early game. And if you lose 8 peasants, at least deny some of them.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that either. That was pretty damn sloppy by Sock. to be honest. Slow reactions mechanically here, not on point, not splitting his units properly. And I think just the very start, by the way, remember the scout footy? He was just chasing after this peon, which he didn't even kill in the end, for no good reason. You're supposed to scout with a footy. You're just supposed to figure out where the Farseer is, where he's heading, what he's attacking. Get ready, defend, prepare. Sock just, gave Fly too easy of an opening. But you're right, we should also highlight here that Fly did this well, played a really good first map, and Sock's woes in this matchup seem to be continuing.
And again, this is a round-robin group stage with 4 very similarly skilled players. If you win the match 2-1, that's very, very good. But 2-0 is super important for the standings at the end of this group stage. Because basically every single series here can go either way. And Fly, maybe already more map wins than War3 Reddit would have thought.
Yeah, I wonder if he can keep this up, where the journey might end for him. Of course, the journey won't quite end here. Everybody will be making it into the next ascension stage, but the further you get along, the further you are, the better it is. And as mentioned before, first place of the group will already be in the playoffs. Twisted Meadows to be our second map, where we could see a fast expansion, but that doesn't have to be the playstyle for the human.
Depending a little on where you spawn, I guess. Mercenary camps always an invite to creep early. For Fly, would love to have that Berserker. Big consumables once again. He got the double mana item already. That was sweet. Pretty different this matchup than the Orc versus Night Elf we've seen before. High tempo pretty much at all times. Constant harass. And Twisted Meadows is probably the most similar to Lost Temple, also a big one, also a macro map. We'll see what we got here. Thing is, we got 4 cross positions on this map, no close, and we're waiting for the game to start. Any chance for Sock to bring this back, Remo, or is it all hopeless?
Certainly there's a chance still, but he needs to clean up his play, that's for sure. You need to scout better with the footy, make better prioritization of what's important at any given point, and just react faster. The peasants, the peasants, it's the Achilles heel for the humans. You have to pay very close attention to them. You need to make sure you minimize losses there as much as possible. I'm not too convinced that Sock can pull it off, but there is a way to do it.
Yeah, as I said, needs a little bit of a wake-up call here. There was like 12 peasants in no time. This shall not repeat. Map number 2, match points for Fly. And we are spawning on the upper right-hand side for Sock and the Kwangdong Freaks, as well as Fly at the bottom left-hand side. And we should expect Archmage and Farseer once again.
Yeah, everything else would be a very big surprise. On this map, MK creeping is basically impossible. That's something you normally don't want to rely on. So it should be the 2 summoner heroes indeed. And if Sock wants to expand, he can. Although it might not be that easy. But if he doesn't, there's also another good old favorite of his, which is tech, defend, and upgrade defend, and then go for a Beastmaster timing on tier 2. Something that he also has displayed a lot on this map in the past.
Not only this map, this is his special. Some players are following in the footsteps, like Leon, from time to time, but it's very, very rarely seen across the scene. And Fly is indeed switching it up in game 1. We haven't seen that unit, but now it's time for Headhunters.
Yeah, indeed. It was only Grunts and Raiders. Map number 1. This time we're going to be getting a bit more diversified, most likely also with some Shaman later on. 1 Grunt into Headhunters here will be the build. This opening can also guarantee a very easy, fast level 2 for the Farseer, and then with Wolves and Chain Lightning, you can become quite the threat.
Okay, a lot about the early game. If Sock is once again falling behind at the 2-minute mark, he's in trouble. But we're starting off with a little bit of creeping, and with cross position, this shouldn't be harassable for Fly, as it's basically straight across the map, furthest distance possible. But he's still gonna try to a degree.
It's probably gonna be too late to contest any of the creeps, but might be able to get some peasants on the way out. For that reason, Sock is upgrading the Arcane Tower already. But Fly actually just gonna creep the greens. The Grunt can attack first, eat the Purge, so the wolves don't get purged. You do that at 2 green camps, pick up 2 items, and get the fast level 2 as well. Sock again sending out a scout footy. This time, must make sure he knows what this Farseer is up to.
That's right. And he got a solid idea. Level 2 as well. Ring of the Archmagi for the Archmagi. Perfect fit, good start, lots of stats. Makes dealing with wolves a little bit easier. And chip damage against headhunters is also always appreciated.
And Sock feeling like he has the time here to clear out this camp before the Farseer is going to be arriving. Scouting here for the Orc, not so easy. There is no peon. You have to scout with the wolves if you scout with anything. And I think he's sending one over. Yep. All right. There's the wolf. Sees the Archmage. Ring +5 found here. Actually pretty damn good, I would say.
Yep. Against the incoming pressure, it does help. Oh, 1 footy. Save to the side. Chain Lightning to get the kill to prevent level 3, ideally. Let's see how this works. Both ranged heroes shooting at each other. Lightning versus fire. It's all about that golem and, of course, peasants. So far, so good for Fly, I guess. His tech is unfolding, while Sock is still struggling with that natural expo.
But he's taking some damage, but I would say that they're taking the heat pretty well. Losing footies is okay. Losing 8 peasants in the early game, not so good. So far, none have fallen. Might change soon, but the Farseer very hurt already, and he's got no salves. This Farseer is basically irrelevant for the next 1 or 2 minutes, but that doesn't mean the wolves can't still do something.
There is no heal fountain on this map. Maybe map makers should think about that. This time also an arcane is up in the main, so you're a little bit more protected towards the wolves fly. Going for a tele staff. Not using it yet, or did he cancel it?
He wants to use the mana first here, I guess. Chain Lightning once again. Unit's now very hurt. Oh, but the AM fighting the Farseer. That means he can't staff. He's going to have to TP out in the end, I guess.
Oh, 1 more hit. 13 HP. Fly gotta be on top of his game. No block coming out by Sock. But finally an expo with a lot of hurt units, and there's the TP as mentioned. Sock weathers the first storm, and map 2 looking a lot better for him than map 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Ended up losing 0 peasants, right? So despite the expansion being perhaps not super fast, he can really jumpstart the economy. Once it's up, you get a lot of peasants to put on lumber right away. You're gonna hop in the gold mine, obviously. Could go for some boots now, perhaps. And Sock in a way better spot. He's also got the shop coming up early. I like that.
Yeah. This is something humans didn't do in the past, either because they forgot or because of prioritization. Now it's ready at pretty much the perfect time. Maybe a little late because you need to be in position in no time. Fly is knocking on your door again.
It's a pretty big orc army right here, heading towards the expansion. Level 2.8 versus level 2.5. Importantly, there's no level 2 water elementals yet. That one Chain Lightning Steel was a big deal earlier. And now dealing with this many headhunters is not easy. Repair is late. Where's the repair?
Coming now, but as you said, too little, too late. Arcane Tower got some shots out on that Farseer, so no Chain Lightning anymore, but a new pack of wolves. Sock struggling a little bit here. Footman is being picked off as well as the wolves. And that is finally level 3, what he was hoping for, but now he's out of mana.
Sock starting the defend upgrade, that means tier 2 is even further away. But having the level 3 here is good. AM items, not too bad. Farseer, though, also finding more kills. He's almost level 3. That would be a huge level up as well. He's only 1 or 2 more peasants. Denies still looked rather minimal, but the AM is finding some kills on these headhunters.
1 more might just be the level up. Wolf coming in once again. Farseer, though, about to be surrounded, blocked in, needs to go for a staff if Sock allows that. Picks up a new headhunter, and finally some things are going his way. Tier 2. Wait, where's the tier 2?
Hasn't started yet. It's late. It's real late.
Whoa.
We got a shredder now. There will be plenty of lumber soon. But at the moment, Sock is still only working with tier 1. And now we see the peasant kills. This is going to be number 5. It's still a lot better than map 1, mind you. But, yeah, peasants have then again been dying.
7 minute 20, no tech. Shredder still needs to work. This is not good. Okay, Raiders coming in. Fly with no sign of a counter expansion. Maybe with the TCs moving towards the bottom left-hand side and go for a second base there. If he wants to go for a macro game, can of course also decide that with the first two Raiders, he's going on to the aggressive as he has that huge tech lead. And now 7 minutes 48 tier 2 tech for Sock.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while here until we see a second hero for the human this game. Around 2 more minutes, and then one will be started. Fly going for the Lodge. He's got the Raiders already. He's got the TC already. And probably gonna go for a counter expansion, I would argue.
Yeah, nice little macro game here. Appreciate that. The later the game go, the more explosive it's gonna be, and the higher the chances for Sock are as well. We're getting towers, masonry, blacksmith, tier 2 unfolds as well. This time the towers will be in time, of course, as Fly is not pushing. The SimCity looks a lot better, making it harder for Raiders to attack that second base, and now Great Hall to counter things with, once again, more mana on the TC thanks to that pendant. This is now playable for both, I guess, in an Invis Archmage.
Oh, he's looking for the counter expansion. That's pretty cool. Sock is getting ready for 2 plays. In case of a push, he's setting up towers. And for counter expansion, he's running around now with an Invis AM. Should be able to get at least 1 cancel. Unless there's an army to protect. And having an early level 4 Archmage is really nice. All this bonus mana regen, really good. And also going to be benefiting the second hero and the casters soon.
Fly has a solid idea of what's happening. TC is here, didn't decide yet if Stomp or Shockwave, but there's a reveal. He reads this play like a book, gets the surround, Invul gone as well. Steph out. Oh, the Stomp so close, but didn't get it off in time.
Ooh, that was really close. That was a split second. If the Stomp lands and the Chain Lightning comes in, this AM could have perhaps even died before the TP. But Sock gets out. That's a big deal. And he's looking quite secure now in these bases.
Nice read by Fly, seeing that the Invis potion is gone, knowing exactly what's gonna happen next, and defends this heroically. Now, more creeping, higher level TC. He did decide for Stomp now, and I wonder if that's gonna bite him eventually. If he wanted to go Shockwave all along, or if it is Stomp, because once Breakers are out, Stomp is getting a lot weaker.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get in the right position against rifles, it can be really good, but it's gonna be tough, especially with the MK also soon joining with Stormbolt. And Sock going for a fast tier 3. Triple Sanctum play.
Whoa.
Not Griffins, but Triple Sanctum tier 3. This is something I believe I haven't seen before.
That is indeed interesting. Haven't seen that either. What's the reason for tier 3 that if you go Triple Sanctuary?
Control Magic is really good. Master Training is really good. Triple Hero is really good. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to go tier 3. Just of course means that he's going to be weak for quite a long time.
Forcing a town portal without any losses really. 500 gold, okay. Expo running on both sides. We get Breakers rifles. Interesting composition. Inner fire rifles, of course, a possibility then as well. Fly is playing without the spell, so even Polymorph isn't out of the equation.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a few Shaman, but not too many. I like the Witch Doctor that we're seeing here as well.
Oh.
Sentry wards could plaster the map and give him basically full vision. Sock is still waiting for his tier 3. It's taken a while, dude. This is a slow tech kind of a game. And creeping with a weak tier 1 army that Sock has isn't so easy.
True that. Rifles will be helping with that, alongside the Water Elementals, of course. Mountain King level 1. Fly though, Heal Scroll, B Scroll, Mana Potion. Running around without a TP is a little bit of a liability. Should be able to fix that soonish though. Rune Bracers against the Stormbolt, also nice to have, even though the big danger will be Clap. And things are lining up quite nicely. Split Footman into the economy, a classic FFA/4-on-4 play that we see also from the likes of Todd. Puts a little dent into the economy of Fly.
Sock has gotten rich by now as tier 3 is finishing. We got 1,000 gold, 1,000 lumber, even a little bit more than that. Can go for tier 3 upgrades now. Like Inner Fire, for example. Double Sapper being purchased from the lab. Ooh, this is a big commitment.
Yeah.
If this works, put Sock in a really good spot.
There's no towers, of course, and there doesn't seem to be a reaction. TC is not nigh for a stomp. Is it enough? Yeah, definitely. With the follow-up, it is. We go kaboom number 1. We go kaboom number 2. Even the shredder up for grabs now, and that is the play of the map so far for Sock, who is even in a leading position now.
Yeah, absolutely. Fly coming to defend a little bit late. He can still easily crush this army, but of course the big econ damage has already been done. Orb of Darkness found, still held on the MK. I wonder if he's going to keep it to perhaps attack some air units. Doesn't seem that valuable though.
Okay, Fly. Now we need to see your comeback capabilities based down attack as well. The only thing in favor of Fly currently are the hero levels. 2 levels ahead on the second hero, which is obviously a threat. As long as there's not enough breakers. The base is the map is far open, so the TC might get a connection around the breakers. It's still not too easy. Witch Doctor is doing work. He got perfect information, but what do you do with that information?
Yeah, if Fly gets the expansion up again, this could perhaps still be playable for him. He needs double level 5s. That's oftentimes how the orcs win this game in the late stages, with super strong hero levels and normally also Shockwave, Chain Lightning to nuke out of existence the casters quickly and go for the heroes right after. Sock is still not equipped with a very strong army. He's playing for the late game, but he's still, yeah, not so scary just yet.
Very greedy indeed. Next upgrade for the Sorks. He got invisibility already, so polymorph is indeed a thing. What's Fly's plan? Expand once again. It's at 50%. TC on the way to level 5, but he's been found now. Town portal might be triggered here. Sock wants to brawl, wants to go for the Kodos. He did lose a couple of units before. Here comes the Stomp. That was a nice one. Pally up for grabs, but Inner Fire is there already. Trades the radar. Any chance to get him out? Yep, with that stab. Stun a little bit too late here, Mountain King. Oh, under the net again. Is there enough follow-up damage? A Mountain King kill here would be gigantic, but no, a little bit too late. Stomp, Archmage, next focus fire. Chain Lightning, but yeah. Easy to react to that. With the TP out. Solid fight by Fly. Lost a little bit more than his opponent. Also heal scroll gone. But at least slowing things down a bit for Sock.
Sock now looking really good though. He's got almost all the tier 3 upgrades. Can go for a new TP here. Heal up everything. And 1,000 gold still to spend. Going for a gyro to have plenty of scouting. And shouldn't surprise him that there's going to be the expansion erected again for Fly. And Fly is jumping into upkeep. He knows he needs to be fight ready. And needs to make use of these strong hero levels.
And he's adding Wyvern. There's not too much anti-air currently in Sock's army. There is of course the Water Elementals, but Rifles fell. Observer is sleeping a bit. There we go. Catching a Raider out of thin air, basically. We get double level 5. That is some strong spells on Fly's side, plus the supply lead. But Sock just has to choose the moment where he breaks into upkeep. He's been very greedy all game.
Yes, feeling secure enough to still stay at 50. Now that changes. We have 3 breakers coming at a time, with now also very strong upgrades. They're about to be on 2-2. We got flag cannons coming as well. And these gyros normally work out as a pretty good counter against the Wyvern, unless there's maybe some bats against them.
There was at least one before. Yeah, he has one. Currently on a scouting mission, I guess. And with that, he gets the information of that rat spawn. Sock gets it, level 5 for him. Lots of healing now, or lots of HP on the Mountain King. Wolf's been taken over with control magic, going for the stun in the backline. Chain Lightning follow-up, he's trying to reach. Oh, this is a little wonky here. Blocks with the Farseer, doesn't really work. Sock dribbles out. Headhunters falling. Sock is also getting ready for another expansion on the back of this fight here. Archmage 50%, so is the TC. Hero focus, Chain Lightning, nice heal by Sock. Gotta get out though, he wants to stay just a little bit longer. Invo Potion forced, and a fairly even affair here at the red spot.
Alrighty, able to force the TP. Peasants in the meantime trying to set up a third base, but the ward up there, once again, nicely seeing it. These sentry wards have been quite good indeed. Witch Doctor can still plant more, but Sok is building the perfect army. He's got master training, he's got control magic, he's got so many upgrades. He's closing in on AD supply. It is gonna be tough for Fly to win these fights. He has to trust in his spells. And I think he needs to retrain into Shockwave.
I do think so too. It's of course no crowd control, but he got that crowd control with Perch and then Snare, I think. So yeah, we need the big damage that will then force a lot of heal scrolls. Wolves possessed constantly with that ward. Fly got perfect information about that base. Did not react immediately, rather pulling back, healing up. And now a lot of decision making has to be done. No tier 3, of course, for Fly. That would take too long. You gotta work with what you got.
I like that Khadga's Gem of Health from the Archmage, by the way. Gonna be making it harder to nuke him and force him to TP. Sok's army is so strong right now. Alright, next fight breaks out. Spells will be the name of the game here. Who's gonna use theirs better? No Shockwave still, waiting for the stomp on the TC. He's got the Invo Potion, lands on the two frontline heroes, but Divine Shield also on the Paladin. Nicely done. And we see some polymorphs.
Meh, it is a wonderful spell if there's not enough dispel against it. Air superiority is incredibly important. Stomp in the back looks very good, but that was the last bit of mana for the TC as well. Who gets more kills at the moment? Fly down the dumpster in no upkeep right now. The Wyvern are supposed to carry, but the Gyros are dealing good damage to them. Paladin in trouble there. Lightning Shield. Oh boy, is that still winnable for Fly? It looks like a little bit of a comeback for the time being, but once the hero falls, this game is over.
Yeah, Sok's army is so strong now with all these tier 3 upgrades. The Tri-Hero, super powerful. It was 2 versus 1 heal scrolls now. All have been used, and Fly is ready to lose almost everything. TP out, trying to save that Farseer. And he does get away, even gets a kill on the way out. But it's double the supply, and Fly got completely destroyed.
Yeah. At one point, it looked like, oh, he might get some kills and swing the supply a little bit in his favor. But yeah, there's no chance at this point. 72 food, great upgrades, 3 bases up. And the hero levels are not shabby either. The Paladin is flirting with the level 3. We get more upgrades, even more units. There's really nothing to worry about for Sok at this point. This is A-click territory.
Yeah, this is looking pretty much unlosable. Even the Tome of Retraining for Sok, I guess he wants to go for some Blizzard here towards the very end of the game. Very good now for pushing a base as well, obviously. Fly's producing like crazy, like 10 supply at a time. But that might be turned into human experience very soon.
And again, Polymorph, we see Blizzard, one of the best AoE spells in the entire game, especially in the absence of Raiders, who usually could be canceling this, but not here. Stormbolt perfectly prior to the stomp. Blizzard on top again, TC out of the fight, and this is just not working out for Fly anymore.
Hero level is looking really good. Fly desperately trying to go perhaps for a hero kill again. Charging in with a speed scroll, looking for the Archmage. But AM is well positioned in the back. And once the speed scroll is over, Sok can pick off the rest. No TP, no invul on this Orc heroes. They're also in a bit of trouble. But the MK is low mana. Can't find the kills too easily right here. We got a bunch of Kodos. But again, everything is taking so much damage on Fly.
Archmage in trouble, needs a Holy Light, gets it, face tanks all the damage, and wiping out the Kodos who are carrying the breakers, and Fly finally sees this is not my game anymore. Sok gets the first map win of the tournament, and is still the chance to win this series. A strong comeback after a disastrous game 1.
Yeah, way better done. Also, I guess, easier to defend the expansion if you have the Orc creeping level 2 first. Fly was taking his time, wanted to get the Chain Lightning, and the Militia Call and the reaction and the movement of footies, I think, way better this game. And the clear thing to notice there was not 8 peasants lost at the start of the game. Turns out to be quite good.
Yeah, agreed. Once the economy is rolling and once the tech is up, it's just a human's game in the late. Fly wasn't able to keep the expansion up for long. That Sapper play was quite something. Got Sock a lot of time. The fights were always around 50-50, which is what you want as the human. The hero levels for Fly were really, really good, but at some point you can't compete with that human army anymore, because we all know the human army is better than your army.
Yeah, it took him like 16 minutes to get this army assembled, but once you're there on tier 3 with triple hero, 70 supply plus, with all these upgrades, it is so strong. Getting there is the difficult part. Map 1, he failed in his attempt to get there. Map 2 succeeded. Map 3 will now be our decider. And the map is Concealed Hill, which is where fast expanding into tier 3 first was a thing for humans in some games, with Griffin play back in the day, although that is also something that we haven't seen in a while.
But this is the big stage. This is the time and place for some older strategy, for some strategies we haven't seen before or in a long time. Let's see if Sock is trying something cheeky here, but it's also such an important match. You really want to grab that win in the round robin group stage, so I wouldn't blame him if it's just the regular strategies that we got. Thank you, Sokofana, for the €1. I wish to see a Shadow Priest in the game, please. Well, not on this map, as there is no mercenary camp. Party Pete, thank you for the sub, as well as Maxwell. While we wait for the next map to start, maybe you check out !Award, because we are nominated as the best non-mainstream streamers of the year in the early game awards, and you can vote every single day, multiple times. Go help us out, as we are helping you out at your Monday workday with some Warcraft entertainment. This is the decision. Who goes 1-0 in the group stage alongside Kaho? Is it Fly? Is it Sock? Let's get it on. As we got Sock at the bottom left-hand side. Rubbing his eyes. Get that sleep out, brother. You need to be in tip-top shape against Fly. And once again, a series between the two goes full distance. As almost always. Like, who's on top now, though, is the question. The past 2 encounters, both encounters of 2023, went towards Sock. It is redemption time for Fly, who is going with the Farseer again, but we do see the Mountain King first in the hands of Sock.
Yeah, it's a specialty hero that gets played on this map quite often. Seems to do fairly well here with a fast level 2 into a fast level 3 if you don't get harassed too much. And of course, with the Stormbolts around, you have a threat against the Farseer and possibly an easy means of relieving pressure if you land that Stormbolt. Interestingly, by the way, he hit the AM queued for just 1 second and then cancelled and went back into MK. I wonder if he changed his mind or if there was just a little bit of muscle memory kicking in. But now, of course, it will be the Mountain King with an early tower as well, which might mean he's going to creep a big lab.
Oh, that's risky.
Would be a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't look like it. It's the classic orange. Better safe than sorry in such an important match. Don't want to fall to that Farseer harass once again. Doesn't want to lose. A lot of economy in the early stages once again. But it could also indicate a Mountain King expansion. Even though this expansion spot in the bottom right is ultra hard to do, there's a chance. Fly in position to pounce on whatever creep spot Sock's gonna take.
Footy Scout again, figuring out what's going on, what the Farseer is up to. And the Farseer won't be level 2 right away this time. He didn't creep the orange into the green, but just the green camp here in the middle of the map. And yeah, with the MK first, an expansion seems very likely, but Sock may want to take his time. Wait for nighttime, produce more peasants, produce more footies to make sure that this is going to be a safe expansion.
Ooh, Farseer almost able to get one of the kills here, but nope, Mountain King on point. Takes the green away. Doesn't want to expose the grunts too early to a Stormbolt, as you can see here on the Farseer. Dribbles out though, nicely done. Anticipating the surround movement as one should. It is a little bit similar to how you gotta play against Night Elf when a Keeper is threatening you with Entangle. That disable these surrounds, always scary.
Alright, it's nighttime now. We have 4 farms. It should be the expansion. MK at the shop. Probably wants to get the boots as well. Helps him be so much more threatening. Oh, and there is the Farseer again, too far forward. Seems like the Farseer just a little bit out of position a bunch of times here. He's gonna get surrounded.
That's right, and the TP is gone, and that opens up the map far and wide for Sok. Yeah, little mana was used, 2 Stormbolts are gone already, but that should be fine. Here comes a lot of militia, and Sok the Madman going Mountain King expansion on Concealed.
Yeah, it's going to be a fairly easy expansion as well. The Farseer, since he has no TP anymore, can't really dare to be too aggressive, although he has a Telestaff. But then you roll the dice whether you get bash stunned on the way out. May just want to play this one passive. Farseer could also creep a fast level 3, which is always strong.
That's what he's trying to do at least. Healing up at the fountain, creeping at the same time, scouting with the second wolf. That is of course also level 3 on the Mountain King with that creep route. And this seems to be the best early game for Sok yet.
Ring of Protection on the MK is also really good. And there we go. Expansion starts at a little less than 5 minutes. Certainly not the fastest of all time, but all the peasants are still alive. And we saw earlier how important that is. Bob Sakamano with the resub as well. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. 41 month already. Much appreciated. Needs more kills, needs more XP. I like that split creeping. It's not too common to see from orcs. In this matchup at least. Not full pressure, but rather banking on the level 3.
Oh, MK though is on the way to find the creep jack, and now he can choose his targets. He's got plenty of Stormbolts. One grunt is going to be the first target, but there is more to go for.
On the other side, more attacks here as well. Wolves Farseer going onto the economy. Expo isn't finished yet. How much damage can he do while suffering heavy losses on his army?
Level 2 wolves, very strong here. New militia coming from the main. Oh, if he gets the tower cancel, that would be huge. And I think, yeah, he's gonna get it. Oh, that's a big deal. No Arcane here at the expansion for a really long time.
3 units down on his side though. 2 grunts, 1 headhunter. We're going into Raider Walker now for some more damage. Farseer still able to get some kills. You gotta be careful to not be vanilla surrounded here. That should not happen on the level, and it does not, but that MK lining up the Stormbolt just a little too late. Good retreat by Fly. Now the TC is out. Tier 2 versus 2 base. This time the Tier 2 by Sok a lot faster. He's catching up.
Yeah, Sok's lumber is looking amazing because he didn't lose any peasants at the very beginning. Now, of course, he lost some with the Farseer showing up again. It was 4 peasants going down total, but that seems to be all good enough. MK has leveled quite well, level 3.6 already. And once he gets level 4 and 5, he is absolutely terrifying.
A little bit of a calm before the storm. TC has to level. Farseer wants to harass. They're dodging each other. Ships in the night at the fountain. Mountain King got the notice. Coming back. There is 2 Stormbolts, but that shouldn't be enough for the Farseer, as he's not wasting the mana, but it does alleviate the pressure a little bit. No threat on the Echo, and Tier 2 halfway done. We're getting all the important buildings here. And Sok gotta decide what to go for, mass air or not. And the second Rags, clearly an indicator that it's not oh, he cancelled it? Another indecisive moment by Sok then?
Yeah, he's going for a blacksmith now, which I guess is what you always need. Might be weighing his options right now. Might be considering if he wants to go Tier 3 again or not. I like the walkers a lot by Fly, by the way. Doesn't need purge, doesn't need shaman. There's no water elementals, of course. And the walkers have way better damage, and the spirit link nicely protects against the Stormbolt as well. But the MK is going to be getting caught here.
Ooh, Stomp again. Dodged by a town portal, otherwise... No, without Chain Lightning, probably not a kill. But good moment right there. Did he cancel the blacksmith and then rebuilds it, or is he going double blacksmith? I am very confused by what Sock is doing.
I think he built himself in at the expansion by accident when he TP'd out.
A human blocking himself in his base?
Weird, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, so I had to remake it here. The blacksmith seems indeed very late. And now Sock's gonna have to choose in a moment. Is he gonna go tier 3 or not? We have an AM second, which makes us think of Rifle Caster right away.
Exactly. Need that Brilliance Aura. Blizzard always good as well. Level 4 Mountain King, very deadly bash. And yeah, it is just more casters, similar to what we've seen before. No mass air. And Fly with a counter expansion, but that only at the 9-minute mark.
Strong heroes here for Fly. Early double level 3. He's got full map control now. Very strong army. Does he have a heal scroll as well? No. No heal scroll on Fly, which would make this army even stronger. The heal scroll is instead on Sock, but Sock can't fight right now. His footies are just easy snacks, not a threat at all. The MK is the only really scary thing Sock has right now.
Right on. One of the sanctuaries are getting killed. The catching up process is severely slowed down. How much damage can he do? Archmage caught pretty much immediately, going Blizzard first, but I think he can go back to the altar right away. Nice Storm Chain Lightning combo, and Fly finding a deadly timing, but also some losses on his side.
Yep, there goes one more Walker as well. Headhunter's kind of hurt, and big heal scroll coming in. Big commitment here on the consumables. Invuln as well on the Mountain King. Now he's kind of naked and has to retreat back into the base. AM going to be revived quickly, and Ultra will not be destroyed.
Okay, expensive, but slowing down the Archmage progress, also getting 2 consumables. That's okay for Fly, I guess, as he wants to buy time. There's no tier 3 in the making. 1,000 gold for Sock once again. But Fly maneuvers himself into a playable position.
Big item here for him as well. Helm of Valor, not bad for the TC at all. And this human army now has no TP. There's an opportunity for Fly to get a lot of kills. MK will be the prime target. Oh, but he finds a big healing potion. That's the perfect item for the Mountain King right now.
Oh, yeah. Footmen are suffering with Chain Lightning, of course. A couple of them will fall, but you want to rotate out of them anyway. Just a bit of free XP for the Orc. Blizzard level 1, not that great, but Fly definitely respects it, pulls back. That was not a game-ending creepjack, not a disaster as it could have been. Rest of the camp goes to Fly, though, as his levels are growing stronger and stronger. Second base up. We're tier 2, 2 base, 2 base. This game is anyone's to get.
Yeah, also seems very even here to me. Orc heroes almost both on level 4. Expo getting ready. Sock again is taking a long time to really become ready. Second Sanctum in the works. Long rifle upgrade only finishing now. Sock is like a diesel engine, taking a while to get all the RPMs rolling. But he's got a big ace up his sleeve. That is the Mountain King. Level 4.5 already. The longer the game goes, the more experience and levels we get. The MK is going to be the biggest beneficiary.
That's right. And of course, Archmage is also a hero that scales extremely well into a possible late game. Fly definitely respects that, pulling back. There are some camps on his side for more consumables. Always good to have. And Sock is making an aggressive move across the map. Did you not see that the red spot is gone? Don't think so. Lost a little bit of time here, but we're gathering our troops for 80 food, and then the question is, who makes the first big push?
Yeah, so he's gonna have to move out on the map fairly soon. Concealed hill, not that many creeps really to go around, and the AM has noticed this most obviously. Only level 1 still, really needs that level 2 to finally get the aura. Sock with a 10 supply lead, but the heroes might be able to make up for that on the Orc side.
Here we go. Mountain King caught, no clap yet. The AoE isn't that scary. Also, a severe lack of crowd control with only one Sork in the mix and no clap. Breakers, of course, in the front line now. Not that many upgrades on them, so the first one falls immediately against the grunts, and Fly is smelling blood in the water.
AM gonna be in trouble here. Has to go for the invul potion to survive. Stomp could be his end. Waiting for the invul to be over. Few more kills going the human's way. Stomp lands now. AM getting hit by it, but he's nicely protected in the back. Finally got the level 2. Finally got the aura.
Heal scroll on Fly's side, but only for so long. More and more grunts are falling. Weird fight. Casters behind the enemy lines. Also, Mountain King a bit exposed now. The militia call was great, protecting the Archmage from even more damage. It's a bloodbath around the tavern now.
Not having clap here is so painful. Look at the MK. He's not using Stormbolts because there's no viable targets, really. He is lacking the clap so badly. Gets a radar now, finally, with that Stormbolt. But Fly has traded amazingly well. He was down by 10 supply, now he's up by 10. Terrible trade for Sok.
100%. 2,500 gold wiped out of value on Sok's army. Back to 50. He had a good bank to come back from, but Fly is using an excellent timing, reclaiming map control, gets the second red spot, and Sok gotta run. Has to dodge fights. Like, this is not his timing at all. And once again shows that Sok is not in tip-top shape here. Fly is a threat and might just be winning this series.
Yeah, really good game here. Close affair. Moving out on the map there without first retraining was a big error by Sok that he was heavily punished for. And it seems like Fly now has the lead. But there's an MK first. An MK first is about to get level 5. And when an MK5 is in the game, I'm not ready to call it quits too early.
Especially now that he has retrained. No more bash, but rather clap. And there is not that much healing on Fly's side. No heal wave, of course. He got the 2 scrolls. Needs to control this dwarf as best as possible. Clap is a weapon of mass destruction. That's exactly what Sok needs.
CJM, JMM, and Dr. Sirius Raven. Thank you guys very much for the resubs. Seems like there's tension in the air. Who's going to be the next player to attack? The next fight might already be the deciding one.
Supply-wise, of course, Fly is ahead. Level-wise, it's looking really good. But Sok is catching up in that department. 5 and 3. He got so much more area of effect damage than he did in the fight prior with the clap, with the blizzard. Also, heal scrolls on both sides. Scroll of the Beast, another item to be used for Fly as we get another sub in Ixac. Thank you very much for the sub. Who plays it better now? Another red spot up for grabs, but also very easy to read as it's one of the last creep spots on the map. Sok, is he just a little bit too late?
And can he even contest? He's only at 50. Sok is being greedy. Fly getting this camp easily with a big supply. Sok, are you really attacking in? This would be suicidal.
With 50 food? Probably. But no. Oh, is he? Not really. Level 5 now. Okay, we're going into upkeep for Sok, finally, but he still needs 2 minutes to catch up to an even army size. 5 heroes for Fly.
Yeah, 5/5. Super strong. Farseer also has tons of mana. If he gives over the robe, which I think he should, considering which skill point he wants to go for.
Fly, I was thinking, are you misrallying your units or are you setting up another attack? Sok with a farm here, no third base on the stalemate breaker and high ground on concealed. Looks like the Chinese legend is ready to fight.
Oh, and the nets catching the back. Disenchant as well. MK has been revealed. Stomp comes out from the TC and the human army is looking pretty small. 3 new breakers are coming in though.
And reinforcements are arriving fast. Storms are nice, Mountain King controlled, but there is an invul and there is a lot of healing, just needs to use it. How do you deal with the breakers is always the question. Blizzard immediately intercepted. That was a nice end snare. Saved, but in the open battleground. Fly doesn't stand too much of a chance. He has 2 heal scrolls that he absolutely needs. First one gone. Mountain King in a little bit of trouble. Oh, stop! MK! He's supposed to be the carry, but he's dead. Archmage, the last one. Sock hanging on by a thread as Fly is plowing through the human army. Archmage dead as well. Mountain King coming back from the tavern, but this is Sock's lifeline now. Scroll of the Beast. He says, hello, MK. We say bye-bye, MK. Chain Lightning, the big X, gets the kill. Level 6, GG. Fly with an upset, killing Sock. And yep, rare emotions here on the webcam. My God, he did it. The underdog with the first upset of the tournament. Sock losing the opener. And razor sharp timing by Fly.
Yeah, pretty well played here. Played especially the map control on tier 2 really well. It's a hard map to recover from that. We saw how long Sock was under-leveled. But at the very end, when he crept the red camp fountain, he got to level 5 and 3. There was a good strong point for him. But then he was way too far on the map. Like, there weren't even creeps anymore. There was nothing he could contest anymore. He almost ran in with a 50 supply army. That didn't happen. But he got caught out too easily, too early. He should have just been turtling, banking, and then go up to 70, maybe 80 supply, and then have a proper, correct engagement. But that was just a poor engagement. MK was in a bad position, AM in a bad position. He always had to kite back, couldn't get the perfect blizzards off, lost some units for free. This is certainly not looking like tip-top shape for Sock.
Nope. As predicted, Fortitude